Hey everyone, and welcome to a new game and a new playthrough. This is Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Now I had the first game for a while, I played through it, I really enjoyed it, I loved the writing in it, I loved the sort of style, that old school RPG style. And I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while, and I've had it for quite a while, I just haven't gotten around to playing it through. And I figured, what better way to start a new playthrough than recording it all for all of you at YouTube. So we're going to go into new game. I haven't played this at all before, and the turn-based mode seems interesting to me, but I think we're going to stick with real-time with pause. We're definitely going to go classic, and we won't do Trial of Iron or anything else. We won't do level scaling either. We're just going to keep it the classic game experience here. And so I've no idea what to expect going into this, but I'm going to try and be quiet through all sort of cutscenes and videos. This is also a game that's very important story-wise, or the story is very important. Know what I mean?
Aora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher, one who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected, that the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep, lifting the curse. Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
Okay. I also have no idea what the plot or storyline for this game is. Just by the way.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Very interesting.
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
Very interesting going through some of the past stuff there. I wonder if I'll be able to use, or if it'll ask for a save game file.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
Interesting.
Sit, please. Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Right. So it does. Ooh. I wish that I had a save file to bring over, but this is on my newer computer. When I got my newer computer, I obviously didn't get the files transferred over. Benevolent Soul. It's everything bad. Got every companion killed. You get the worst outcome for every quest. Not suggested for new players. Interesting. I wonder what this history does. Well, I'm pretty sure this is what I did in the last game. It's been a while since I played it.
Does everything appear to be in order? Good.
Sure.
Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
All the stars in the twin.
You came to that
elves.
tower seeking our aid. You prayed for help in reaching Theos, beyond the Court of Penitence, but would not pledge yourself to me. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
She places a card in the middle of the arrangement. A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothus.
Oh.
Of this, we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Aothus stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
Am I dead?
No, but neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Good.
Let's get on with it.
Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life and death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
So this is where we get into character creation. I think I'm going to try and create him as close as I could, close as I can remember to what my last person was. I'd like the fire god like. There. Seemed cool. Was he an Amoa? I think it was human. Single class or multi-class? Ooh. Multi-class could be fun, but since it's our first time playing through, I think we'll do single class. It was a paladin in the last one. And let's do paladin, 'cause that's what I was. I believe I was part of the kind wayfarers. Getting a damage bonus or a heal. Yeah, I liked being a classic kind of paladin, kind of tanky, a little bit of damage, some healing and support. So we'll go lay on hands. Go like that. Yeah, let's go up and resolve instead. I came from the Deadfire archipelago, you believe. And I was a slave. That was my background. So we're just gonna keep to what it was before. Oh, you get to choose weapon proficiency now. I don't think you got to do that in the last one. I have 2 available. F sword. That's here. I'm pretty sure before I used to go sword and shield, but maybe I want to go 2-handed sword with this. Great sword, S-Dog. Small shield, medium shield, large shield. Let's go sword and shield. Let's do it. Why not? Classic sword and board. That's the portrait. The actual character looks quite a bit different though, I gotta say. I think it was something along the lines of that.
I'll go on ahead.
Let's go.
My eyes are peeled.
Not a sound. What can I do? I'm flattered.
Sharp eyes, and yes?
Attack! The better part of I'm here. Leading the way.
Bring them down.
A blade in the... Yes?
Yeah.
They'll never know I'm...
Mm-hmm. I got this.
Let's go! Keeping quiet, yeah?
Oh, you get the Vox Machina.
Out of my way! They won't...
Somehow it always ends slow and steady.
Time for some good old-fashioned... You don't want them to see me?
Let's put an end to this.
Don't be seen. Let's get started. I am your eyes and ears.
Kill them all!
Ooh, I could do one of the Vox Machina ones, would be fun, but
Charge!
Let us end this.
maybe not.
After him.
Clean quietly.
I've got this.
Go with that. Heroic chest out. Punched. Roguish. Sassy. Stoic. Ellen. Sickly. This is cool. I'm liking the updates so far. Bias. What is erudite? The shrunk. Jetic. Savage. Wow, Savage does look mean. Look at those eyes. Energetic could be cool. I don't mind that stance. Hands on the hips. Kind of looking around. Sure. When it says hair and skin, it really just means my clothes. Oh, so I guess these are my clothes colors. It says up here. I just can't read, you know, or choose not to. But that's just my... Those are locked in as primary and secondary colors for hair and skin. Go with something like that. And the portrait is that. Awesome. Feels good. Name will be Skane. Let's do it. We'll get right into it.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
I mean, that sounds slightly ominous.
Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby. The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Okay, guess we're done. But he's not gonna follow me out this time, okay? Oh, that's my body. Who are you? The dare. Interesting.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling?
Alive.
Alive's a big improvement.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Yay, we took the steward with us.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago.
Oh, that's where we're from.
I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul. And proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortune's brewing topside. We... Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
Awesome. We're getting right into it with pirates.
All right. Now make some use of it.
All right, let's go. What is this? Food can only be consumed when resting. Okay.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Let's go talk to some pirates. Oh, wow.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
A surly, brutish-looking captain stands stiff-backed before his crew. He scowls as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind. I was hoping Ashley would narrate all of it. Their ship is much bigger than ours.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
Captain shrugs in the sheeting rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
I think I like this one best. The storm's pretty loud. Did you say you're surrendering? How strange.
Then he's going to wear his breeches on his head and dance for us? Did I hear that right?
Aye, but the breeches are gonna be stitched from your skin.
Oh, God. Took something weird and kept it weird, but made it gross,
You
too.
got a smart mouth on ya. Careful. That'll get you killed faster than any blade. Listen up, mates. I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it.
Benwith.
Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
They're not alive, they're not prisoners, Benwith, but also, that's a name we're gonna remember. Oh, I thought I knew with the pause button, but okay, I did. It was just too fast to pause it. We got the helmsman, a sailor up there, against some pirates. Adair. I can't control him yet, but eventually I will be able to, I'm sure. Pirate, sailor. Alright. Well, I guess we can just get right into it. What is this? Temporarily frightening them. Do that.
Defend the ship!
These people are just shooting at each other up there. Well, we took him down pretty damn fast. Gotta go from this guy. Oh, that's a toggle thing. Is it? Oh no, it doesn't. It costs. Costs zeal. Oh, god, they killed one of our sailors. No! Okay, the combat does feel a lot smoother, animation-wise and everything.
Storm's picking up! Take cover!
You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to the rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce the sails and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. I like the Defiant, it's a good name for a ship. Purchased with the last of Caed Nua's riches. Okay. Oh, so we're poor again. Just then, a loose crate tumbles toward you, gathering speed on the rain-slick deck. It misses you but knocks out Chitapek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitapek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front, and you realize it likely contains the salvage from Caed Nua, your keep. Oh no. Well, we gotta rescue him, but I do want the stuff from the crate. Ugh, rescue Chitapek. You grab Chitapek's arm just as his grip fails. For a moment, he hangs suspended over the roiling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back up onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Caed Nua is gone. Chitapek, meanwhile, nods in gratitude and hurries to his station. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline and Aothis striding in the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from a deck and into a froth of waves, bodies, and splintered debris. You struggle towards the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you towards the open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse. Wow, getting intense right off the bat. A god in a giant Adra statue. I mean, I guess that's kind of the main plot line going on here, but pirates and storms and running aground. Oh my.
You've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
Ada runs his fingers through his hair and removes a strand of seaweed he finds lodged there. He examines it closely and then tosses it into the sand.
If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
He points at the Defiant, despite it being difficult to miss from your vantage point.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
Adair nods towards something further up the beach.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Your steward appears to be lodged between some rocks. Despite this, her tone is warmly cheerful. Where are we?
Don't know, but it's real pretty.
Difficult to say for certain. The Deadfire is spotted with islands, some quite small. The good news is that if the storm hasn't spun us round entirely, I'd say we're in charted waters. I believe the Valian Trading Company operates in the region. Hence that little visit from that wretched pirate captain.
Let's get going.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
Okay, couple of different answers here. Let's do the last one. Squint dramatically while looking out at the ocean. I've returned as the Herald of Barath. I'm on a special mission to find Aothis and learn what his plans are.
Sure. I suppose if any mission could be considered special, it'd have to be this one.
A perilous endeavor indeed. Castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Let's go. Oh, so when you get a character, you can kind of choose what they want. You could be a fighter, you could be a rogue, or he could be a swashbuckler, which is a fighter rogue. And this choice cannot be changed later on. Well, as far as I can tell, he's a fighter. I should have been a swashbuckler, fighter rogue. Ah, it sounds so cool. You know what? He's kind of a fighter, or he was for me in the last game, but I don't know that I need that. I'm kind of the upfront fighter. I'm the tank. Let's have him be a rogue. Give you the ability tree, maybe? Strike. Sneak attack. Target is flanked or by any affliction. Give you this ability tree. Yeah, fighters are just like up front. Now they could do a lot of damage too, but let's do this. Oh, they've got both. I think we want him to be a rogue. I think we'll try him as a rogue.
Hey.
So, got some stuff there. He's still wearing his Saints War armor. Of course. And there is the wreck of our ship. Alright. Well, that's where we're going to pause it for now. That'll be the end of the first episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you tune in to the next one.